It is morning, and maybe you'll see it in the morning, and maybe you won't. Road to 50 million. This is a project, my project for this year. I have 11 months left. October 14th this year to October 14th of next year. I'm committed to help you, 50 million people, 50 million of you, to discover your own personal gifts and to serve with them. You have them. I don't know if you're using them or not. Using them for what? Well, you could be using them to make a business. You could be using them to write a book. You could be using them to love yourself. You could be using them for a lot of things, but are you using your gifts? You know you have them. Divine, personal, individual gifts that nobody else has and no one else can do. That's really true. You hear all that stuff all the time and you think, yeah, whatever. But the thing is it's really true, and most people do not truly take advantage of that. Most people live with the easy and obvious and are stuck in mediocrity. So today is Thanksgiving, and I thought I'd put CGJ up here as the topic for today's 50 million. Now, before I do tell you what CGJ is, I want to tell you two things. Why I'm doing Road to 50 million is because I said so. My goal this year is to help 50 million of you discover your gifts and serve with them so you can live that life of purpose, prosperity, and joy. So you can make all the money you could ever want if that's what you want. And so you can be happy because everybody wants to be happy. So as I was doing my morning routine this morning, I thought about the following. I thought, okay, today's Thanksgiving Day. I wonder what it's going to bring. And I thought, what a funny question. And I know what it's going to bring. And you know what it is? CGJ. It's going to bring curiosity, gratitude, and joy. Why? Because I said so. Because I don't know what's going to happen. I hadn't looked at the weather. I don't know what the weather's going to do, and I don't know what anybody's going to say to me. And I had some conversations that I'm having today, even though it is Thanksgiving Day, at least in the U.S. In Canada here, Thanksgiving was the second Monday in October, so that's gone. But C is curiosity, because I don't care what happens. I don't mind what happens. I don't. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. The weather's going to be what it is. People are going to say what they say. They're going to send emails or not. They're going to answer my notes or not. They're going to do whatever they do. I might fall down and break my nose. I might fall down and break my neck. Ah! But whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And you know what? I've decided already. Whatever that is, I'm going to meet it with curiosity. And here's the curiosity. I wonder what I can make out of this. Why would I do that? Well, I choose to. Instead of I never anymore, and I can almost completely honestly say never, do I react to something and go, oh no. I just say, oh, what can I make out of this? Even if it's a mess. Oh, my word, what a mess. What can I make out of this? Curiosity. So I have two kinds of curiosity. I wonder what's going to happen around me today. And I know what my experience is going to be. It's going to be one of curiosity. Curiosity about what's possible, what's on the other side of this path, what's on the other side of this conversation, what's on the other side of this thought. That's the first thing that I know for sure is part of today. The second thing that I know for sure is part of today is gratitude, because that's part of every day. My wife and I, my beautiful, holy, sacred angel wife, Joy, last night I were talking about gratitude and about for each other. And I saw something I saw a piece of a movie, and you guys may see it. It's kind of a holiday movie, right? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's kind of funny. My wife just absolutely loves that movie. So we watch all or part of it every year, and I watched part of it yesterday. I'm not much of a TV or movie watcher, but I watched it, part of it. And the thing that really, I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through. I've seen the last part a whole bunch of times. I don't think I've seen the beginning. Anyway, the thing that really touched me was at the end when the actor, the character, I think his name's Neil or something, played by Steve Martin, is home with all the people around him, and his wife looks at him and then hugs him with a deep, meaningful hug. And I don't know what the meaning of that is because I didn't see the beginning. I don't know if the relationship is in trouble or rough or if it's good all the way through. I don't know. But what I know is the moment of tenderness portrayed in that scene was palpable and real. They did a good job in the acting, and it felt really connecting and good. And so that made me feel tender toward my wife, my precious angel Joy. And I said something to her about our connection and yearning for more. And so we went together to get the dog and had some conversation about that. And it was beautiful. But anyway, here's what I know. The second thing, besides curiosity, that I have every day and that I will have today, I'm going to sneeze. I wonder what I can make out of that. A sneeze. Is there another one? No. Gratitude. I am grateful for whatever happens around me. So the first thing is I'm curious. What can I make out of this? Where does this road go? Even if it's something I don't want. The roof leaks. I got to shovel snow. Something, quote, bad happened. Nothing's bad. It's just stuff. What can I make out of that? That's the curiosity. Gratitude is part of my PTAC, personal truth and commitment statement, is this. I can't remember this line I was going to tell you, so it doesn't matter. I choose to be grateful for everything. Everything happens for a reason. I probably don't understand most of the reasons, but I don't care. I love what happens. I don't mind what happens at all. Because here's what I know. I know that this whole life, the experience from first breath to last, is just a series of experiences that we have for us to grow or to not grow from. They all change us, right? They influence our attitude and feelings, and how they influence is our choice. So I am open. Here's what I was going to say a minute ago. This is a statement in my PTAC. If you want to know what a PTAC is, personal truth and commitment, reach out and talk to me, and I'll tell you what it is and why it matters so much. I am open and lean into the growth from every opportunity. Now, that's a statement. It's a bold, declarative statement, but I make it true because no matter what happens, I choose to be curious and I don't mind it and I'm grateful. This happened. Oh, that was $20,000 mistake. Okay. I choose to be grateful for that. What can I learn here and what am I going to create with this $20,000 mistake or problem? And on the other hand, a $20,000 plus thing. Oh, wow. What can I create with this? What can I now solve with this? How can I use it and help? Okay. So that's the second thing, curiosity, gratitude. And the third one is joy. Another statement in my PTAC is I am unconditional joy because I have seen eternity. Now, that's a solemn and sobering statement, but it's also joyful and true. And it's not limited to me. Each of us has the opportunity to connect with the eternity around us, the eternal nature of our being. You are spirit, eternal. You came from somewhere, you're going somewhere. You know that, we feel it. Some days we feel it more than others. But you know it's true, and learning to connect with and live into that truth is a super powerful, joyful, good place to be. So today on Thanksgiving, I know what my Thanksgiving's going to be like: curiosity, gratitude, and joy on my road to 50 million. So here's my invitation to you. If I can help you discover your gifts, I'd like to know that because I want to. One tool that I have for everyone is my free podcast, because of course all podcasts are free. Okay? It's called Your Ultimate Life. If you're a podcast person or you've ever thought about being a podcast person, go find it. It's on Spotify and Amazon and Apple and all the places. Your Ultimate Life. And it's about how to create a life of purpose, prosperity, and joy. And it contains all the hard-won things that I've both experienced and seen and witnessed and talked to people about, but have learned to help each one of us, you here right now watching this, to have a life every day of purpose, prosperity, and joy. And you might think that's impossible and only can happen some days, and it's not. It's possible every single day and every single minute of every day because you can choose it. Like I know today is going to be curiosity, gratitude, and joy. Why? Because that's how I choose to look at it. So the podcast is a thing. All these videos that I'm doing talking about the road to 50 million, because my goal is my commitment. It's not a goal, it's a commitment. I'm going to do it, is going to help 50 million people to discover their gifts and then learn to serve with them. Now, how you serve with your gifts, it's up to you. You can serve with them in a way to create a business, and that's something a lot of people want to do. They want to have a way to make money doing what they love. Well, that's possible. It's more possible today than it's ever been in the history of the world. Why? Because you can reach everybody in the universe, practically. I realize every person in the world doesn't have internet access, but a huge number do. So compared to 30 years ago, you can reach 1,000,000 times more people, 1,000,000 times more people than you could. And so that means you have practically infinite reach. And so whatever it is that you do or you have or you create or you produce, you can share that and you can do it in a way to create a business if you want to. I have a have a client who his whole business is helping people learn to freelance. And he specializes in people over 50, retiring boomers and that sort of thing. But it's applicable to anybody. And that freelancing opportunity is like it's never been before. Freelancer used to be somebody that couldn't keep a job, right? And so they were, quote, a freelancer. Today, a freelancing is a choice to use the skill that you have, whatever it is, photography, proofreading, project management, numbers, bookkeeping, anything, but to do it for whoever you pick, to put that skill out there and to find people. So his whole business is built on helping people learn to freelance. Well, you couldn't hardly do that just a couple of decades ago. So today you can freelance for people all over the world. I know that because we use them. Most of our freelancers that we hire for our business are all over the world. We got some in Eastern Europe. We got some in the Philippines. We got them all over the place, and some in the U.S. And so that we couldn't have done that before. That would have been really complicated, really difficult to find the level of talent that we find. And so our opportunity to create a business out of what you love to do is bigger now than it's ever been because you can reach the whole world. I'm committed to help you, 50 million of you, discover your gifts and then serve with them. And you can serve with them out of love and kindness in your community, in your church. You can serve in a way that creates a business if you want to. There's more work involved in that because you have to charge things, and you have to invoice, and you have to package your services in a way that people can understand and then, want to pay for. Okay, so that's different than just helping someone, going down to church and shoveling snow like we might have to do here in Edmonton, or cleaning the building. We do that. We rotate around and help clean the building for services Sunday. That's in church. Community, we did a lot in helping with food drive. We took a bunch of things, scattered them around houses, some routes, and went and collected that. So that was something you just do. If you want to create a business out of your service and love and the things you love to do, you have to get a little more organized. You have to decide how you're going to market it. You have to decide what it looks like. So when someone says, what do? You say, well, I help people get out of their own way, which is what coaches say all the time. Nobody understands that. Too complicated, too mushy. You got to get better at describing your services or people won't understand what they're buying, but it's doable. And I know that because I have tons of clients that I help do that. But the bottom line is I'm committed to help 50 million people. And I want to invite you to help me because I don't know how I'm going to reach that many people right now. So this is an invitation to you also. If you want to help me reach my 50 million, reach out to me. I have a podcast. Maybe you're a good guest. Maybe you have a podcast and I should be on your show. Maybe I can help people that turn their passion into profit, into a business. Maybe I can help someone write a book. I have a class right now that I'm running. I've got 3 more sessions that's got people in it that are writing books, and one's creating a course. So I help people create courses and write books. And all those are in service of using their gifts to serve others. And these particular ones want to do a tangible thing, but whatever it is, the thing we most have to get out of the way is the stories we tell ourselves, which is why I started today's broadcast with curiosity, gratitude, and joy. I choose to live all day today. Curiosity, gratitude, and joy. Every single day I do that, and it's magic. And it means life's fun every single day. So this is my message to you today. Choose to have joy. Love yourself furiously and freely, even if you're alone. I know loneliness is a big issue, and I have spent plenty of holidays alone. Not recently, gratefully, because I have joy. My partner, my lover, my angel. But there was a time when I spent holidays alone and shunned and et cetera, disowned by family and all that. That's another story for another day. Love to you. Love to you. We'll see you tomorrow.